Hello, everybody. Welcome to Show Me Your Rack, continuing the 15 Minutes of Lame edition. We're changing roles tonight. I'm Lace.
I'm Nikki. I'm drinking coffee
And we're going to have fun.
out of my Taylor Swift mug.
In your Swifty mug. Today, we have one of the former 15 Minutes of Lame winners. This person enjoys the color red.
That's all I'm going to give you.
Walks on the beach. I don't know. Feel like we should have more there for the intro, but the color red and yes, what Lace just did. So let's bring him out.
Let's bring him out. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Hey!
Welcome.
Hi, ladies. How are
Hello.
you?
Hi.
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. And I no longer like long walks on the beach because I moved away from the beach. I like
There you go.
long walks on the river now. That's
Perfect.
Oh, even better. Even
See,
better.
we're on the right track, just wrong water.
Yeah. I like it fresh nowadays. I don't like salt water anymore.
That's perfect.
That's old news.
Keeping it fresh. We like that very much. So I'm sure everybody knows who you are because that would be ridiculous if they didn't. But if somebody comes along this and doesn't know who you are you and what do you do?
My name is Shane Kelly from Small Town Exotics, and I breed ball pythons, hognose, and I just had my first clutch of king snakes this year, Mexican black kings, and I do a little bit of YouTube and Instagram and podcasting, and I'm kind of a little bit everywhere.
It's a good
The man
thing.
of many faces.
You're
Yes.
on a new show on YouTube, right? Or is it new to you? It's new altogether, right?
No, it's a
No?
revival. So Reptiles Unplugged was kind of like the original weekly live stream on YouTube back in the day. And I was fortunate enough to be asked to co-host that because the original co-host, Joel, is off being a lawyer and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know why he wants to be a lawyer when he could be a podcaster. I mean, that's
Weird.
crazy. Yeah.
I can't imagine.
No.
Damn.
So for me, that's like kind of a full circle moment. So they were the only show back in the day, and that was my very first interview was with them. And then here we are like 5 years after the fact, and now I'm a co-host of that show.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like very cool to me. And that show was always like very sentimental to me anyways, because that was like when I was coming in, that was the show. So
That's really exciting.
What a cool full circle moment there.
yeah. It's very yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to be on it. So
That makes it worth it. You have to be excited about it to do it. So that's really exciting. Lace, don't get any ideas on becoming a lawyer and leaving me.
I don't think I could stand a chance, but thank you for the enthusiasm.
You're welcome. Always believe in you, Lace.
Thank you.
Oh man. Shane, what are your main projects that you focus on over there?
With ball pythons, it's G-Stripe Clown, and I started that one my first year breeding 2020 with a genetic stripe and a clown, and started laying down my double hets back then. Over the years, I've built an army. I kind of in 23 I could have been pairing for the double visual, but I decided to add DG and some other things in there, so I prolonged it. And just about 2 weeks ago, I hatched my very first G-Stripe Clown. So that was a fulfilling moment as well. Just knowing, like I said, I started with one genetic stripe and one clown in 2020, and started from there. So I'm pretty excited about that. I didn't get to bring them on for the show though, because they're all like the whole clutch is in shed, and I'm like, man, they're all blue and whatever. So
You're having a full circle kind of year, and it's only May.
Yeah. It's been
Seriously.
it's been a very good year, honestly.
Yeah.
And hognose, I'm focusing on reds. There's a polygenic red thing going on there, and my main color is red, so I'm just all red with the hognose. And I've also, I started buying hognose in 2019 too, so that's not something I show too much, but like my hognose side of the room has been growing over the years too. I started with 4, and now I got I don't know, close to 24 breeder size animals. I keep it smaller over there, but it's slowly overtaking the other half of the room. So yeah.
Do you have any hognose from the Harbins?
Oh, I got a couple. Yeah, I got 4, 5.
You know what that means? The Harbins don't give you a you. Can't say that word.
Josh
Yeah,
and
that's-
Alicia do not give you a you.
That's kind of like I met them before, like at the shows with my Tennessee friends, but then that's really when we started talking more, just like between me and them, was they brought over some hog noses, and we did a swap, and I traded a ball python for some hog noses, and now we're I would say we're pretty close friends, and they're only about 20 minutes from me. So.
Oh my gosh, you lucky person. They're amazing. You'll get to go there and see their new facility and everything then.
Yeah, I've been seeing it in its phases, so it's been a cool
Oh, that's
thing.
exciting.
Where they put it used to be where I would park. So I'm still trying to figure out what my new parking spot is over there. They put a building in my parking spot. I don't
That's
know
a sign, right? Now your new job, your new role when you go there is you're supposed to go into the building and help.
Now
Yeah.
you've got to help move shit.
Because that's where you used to park.
Congratulations.
I have volunteered my time. I still don't breed rodents. I know I will at some point, but I'm going to go apprentice with Josh and learn the whole rodent breeding side of things in that facility. So I know when I build my rodent breeding operation, how all the mechanics work and how I want to build it. So I'm going to go work over there.
Perfect way to learn too.
Yeah.
Man, that is everything that anyone who breeds rodent needs is someone to tell you how to design the exhaust system, the in and out. Golly.
Forget having a mentor when it comes to breeding snakes. Let's start rodent mentorship.
Let's get to the real star of the show here. What are we doing with our rats, guys?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because without the rat supply, like we all fail, and I've been doing frozen thawed since 2019. I've just done it since the beginning, and I'm kind of stuck in my ways, but I know I have to breed them. So there'll be like at some point I'll move out of this house in the next couple years, and then at that point I'll have a piece of property where I'll put a building for rodents and all that. And yeah, so I want to know exactly what I want, how I envision it and everything long before I get the new place,
Right.
Miguel Miggy said it best on Show Me Your Rack once. Do you remember it, Lace? We're all just rodent breeders with a side of snakes.
Mm-hmm.
You will be not a rodent dethawer. You will be a rodent breeder with a side of snakes.
Seriously. You don't have a single snake up in there that is like, nah, dude, I don't want that fake stuff, bruh.
Well, so for 2 years, I didn't. I kind of sold off all that stock. And then recently I have a couple. So I do breed 2 colonies of ASFs just in those little white, portable tubs. So yeah, I do kind of play around with like selecting my coat colors and all that stuff. And it's a fun little side project. ASFs are cool. I mean, yeah.
So they're awesome.
Especially if they're nice.
Yeah.
Ours not.
Still waiting for the boxing video.
I will have one for you one day, Lace. I will have one for you one day. Ours put up their little paws like they're gonna get you. In this
they box.
They do. I've yet to catch it on camera. But I will someday. Well, should we have you show us your rack?
Okay, so I'm at my slow point of the year, but I brought what I had. I'm gonna start off.
You're here, Shane. That's all that matters.
I'm gonna start
Shane,
off
that's a great shirt. That's a great shirt.
It is a great shirt.
If I could give you a piece of advice, it's called don't dry it.
Okay. All right.
Don't ask me how I know.
Oh no. Do you want to send yours to me now?
Nikki, it might be too small. I don't know how I did it. I shrunk the shit out of it.
Oh, I don't want it then. No. Put it on your dog. Your dog can wear it.
Well, mine, I've washed it twice, I think. So far, so good.
And you dried it?
You
did something wrong.
It makes the guns look good,
You did something good. I mean,
it don't make my guns. It don't make my buns look good. I'll tell you that.
All right. So here's what I have, and this one's probably going to be blown out from the light, but this is a Arctic Anaconda albino, and this is the best example that I've ever produced. So these are always hard to pick up on the light.
I just love their little faces.
Oh man, I know. They're so freaking cute.
But this has the most uniform, perfect anaconda pattern. And fun fact about this snake, she was a slow starter. I didn't think she was going to thrive at all.
Oh.
And then, yeah, there we can see it better. I didn't think she was going to thrive at all. And then she suddenly took off and is now growing like a weed. So I sold her sister, which was my other holdback. But
Now
She's
you just
pretty.
need her.
yeah. And another hog nose that I produced a few months back.
Do you find yourself enjoying ball pythons or hognose, one or the other, more or less, or what?
Ball pythons, I like all the morphs, like all the genetic side of it. As far as like keeping and breeding, I like hognose more. Hognose have a spunky personality. They got a lot of genetics, but not quite as much, and it's mainly all recessive, so it's a little bit different. And breeding them is a art form into itself. But all right, so this is the exact same thing without albino. This is het for snow, but like perfect uniform anaconda pattern with a great example of Arctic. So this is two of the incomplete dominants that's in there. So anaconda is the pattern, and then Arctic's the color change with the white in between. But yeah,
Thank you for explaining that. I've known nothing about them, but they're cute.
and then this is het for snow, which means it's a double het albino exanthic.
Oh wow.
So I'm working a snow project and an Arctic project. So this kind of is the Swiss Army knife right here. Covers two deals there.
Oh, that's a gene too in those things. Swiss, Nikki. What did we learn from the Harbins?
Yeah,
Something
Swiss
about
chocolate.
Swiss.
Yeah,
Swiss chocolate.
Yeah, that's one of the higher end, newer ones that's out there right now.
Those things are cool. Is that the one that had that my favorite hognose ever, Nikki? I think that was something Swiss something.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name.
I've got photos of it. I'm
There's a
still
lot of-
getting up, but I'm still getting on the up and up of the hognose here. I
Yeah.
love them. I love them.
It's more Wild West, and every combo has a fancy name. So I still kind of refer to stuff like ball python genetics. Like I'll say double het albino exanthic, but if you're talking to them, you say het snow, or else they're kind of lost. So it's just learning the different languages. And then a ball python project I'm kind of working on the side is shrapnel. So I brought a single gene shrapnel, and it is a pattern. It's granite and it's a pattern disruptor. Let me get boom.
There you go.
Cool. Dude, I like how it brings out like red too.
Yeah, it does have some color changing properties. It's a darker thing.
It's dark, yeah.
So this is just single gene shrapnel. So I brought this one just so you can see what it looks like in its single form.
Lace, you should like that. It's dark.
I was about to say me likey.
And I'm running that into the G Stripe Clown project too.
What drew you to G Stripe?
All right, so back in like the early 2000s, I had a bunch of reptiles, a bunch of different species, and then I liked ball pythons, and morphs were still in their infancy, and like I liked genetic stripe back then, and they were super expensive. And then fast forward to 2019, I decided to get a ball python, and I started looking around, and there was a genetic stripe, and it was like $150. I was like, wow, the prices have came down on those. So like the snake that started all the small town exotics was a genetic stripe female, and I still have her, and I still use her to breed in for double hets and everything. So yeah.
Awesome.
And then when I seen the clown version of genetic stripe, I was like, I'm in. Like I'm all in at that point. So that's
I get it.
And then clown happens to be, kind of popular. So I mean that just kind of worked out along.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
All right. So this is a single gene shrapnel clown. So
golly, dark.
Oh wow,
Okay.
yeah.
And you see how it like brings up the whites in between the alien heads, how it destroys the alien heads, adds a granite pixelation to it,
And how dark it is.
changes the head stamp on it.
Dude, whoa. That's
Leaves a good dorsal. You can tell I've been feeding this boy pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm all on board. So this is my way to like segue into G-stripe clown with shrapnel fairy.
Wow.
You know.
it's gonna be the darkest dorsal I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Yeah, and let's see if it'll focus. Well, whatever.
There you go.
All
Got it
right.
right there.
Yeah, if you see what it does to the alien heads and stuff.
So pretty.
Yeah. Thank
It
you. Thank
is. I can't believe how dark it is.
So
I'm a
this
fan.
this is my backup Mal. He's for sale, but he's my backup Mal. Because
I wouldn't let him go ever. Ever.
well, I have a clutch in the incubator where I could hit shrapnel Batmans right now. But I
course.
almost hit it in a previous clutch.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh.
leopard shrapnel. And look at what it actually did to leopard. I mean,
What?
it was able to beat up leopard in a clown. So I
Oh my gosh.
I have high hopes for shrapnel myself, because we all know that leopard in clown is very overpowering.
Holy crap, dude.
It was able to break into the black dorsal that it normally makes. And let's see if we can get his head to focus. But
For a
yeah.
second, he's a busy boy.
I know, right? I want you and the Herp and Harbins. We keep talking about them because they're awesome. But what does this look like with Monarch? Because this is giving me some wild tones.
I'm thinking it'll look good in Monarch myself. And I'm actually incorporating Monarch in my breeding program over here too.
See?
So at some point there will be like shrapnel Monarch clown combos.
That is crazy.
And
Which
then,
now makes sense why that other one is the backup male. I was like, what could beat that?
yeah, so
Can't beat that.
honestly, I was like, man, if it could do something with leopard, I wasn't hopeful because, like we talked about, leopard's so overpowering in clown. And then when this hatched out, I was like, man, now I'm like,
Love it.
I'm even more into shrapnel now,
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see what the Batman version comes out as. I did hatch a spot nose version of this too. I sold him. I hit everything, but not the shrapnel Batman, but I hit all the various different ways you could hit it. So hopefully the next clutch, that'll be my last shrapnel clutch of the year. The one that's in the incubator.
Doesn't suck.
And
That
then
doesn't suck at all. That was really cool.
That is really cool.
Really freaking cool.
well, thank you.
That you could like tell leopard was there, but you're like, what the hell else is going on? Because they're so dark tones, man.
Yeah, and shrapnel does have a super. So Corey DeLong from CD Constrictors has made the super shrapnel clown. It's amazing. Chad Holker was the one that founded the gene, and I think it was in 2012. So it's well established. It just kind of was put on a shelf and nobody worked it. They were off chasing other shiny things. And yeah, so now I'm working it. I know the DG shrapnel clown has been made. So there's other people going different angles, and I'm going G stripe clown. And of course it'll end up in Monarch too, just because of everything else I'm doing here. So, and then I know there's some other people working it with Xanthic too. So there's some out there. It's just, you won't find many on Morph Market. It's a good project. Because like I said, it's already established. So we already know that it's an incomplete dominant. It does have a super, and all that. So it's just taking it all the different angles at this point. So that's a good thing. Good
all
thing
the work has been done. Now you just get to put it to things.
Plug and play.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then here is, this is one of last year's or the year before, but this is that line of calico that I call Calico that just popped up in my collection. This is Spot Nose Yellow Belly Calico Clown.
I was hoping old Kelly would make an appearance today, y'all.
So I have some in the incubator. It's just like I said, I'm just like, my whole season got pushed back like 4 to 6 months, which is really weird. But yeah, so this is what I have available to show from that project. But this girl's
Wild.
still holding her color really well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would say she's probably, I don't know, 700 grams or 600, 700 grams. But
She's really pretty.
She's stunning.
oh, thank you. Yeah, you see, I don't know what the most proper way to, like, more gene packed and more expensive animals that look very similar to this. And this is just a simple 3 gene clown, you know? So I have high hopes for that too. So far, all the calico stuff I produce has been pretty high expression, and it all works really well with anything in the yellow belly complex. I've made asphalt versions. I've made gravel versions. I'm waiting on them to get a test for like calico and sugar and see if those are different and see if this tests positive for that. I've paired one time for a super, and it was really weird. I paired a yellow belly calico clown to the original spot nose calico het clown, that the original animal that I made in that project on accident. And I ended up with all spot nose and one calico, which was weird because I had the calico on both sides and only spot nose on one, and everything came out spot nose. I was like, this is crazy odds, you know, but
damn.
I mean, some would say it's good, but I was going for calico stuff.
Yeah.
And really proving a super, but I was like, oh,
super. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Unrelated to breeding ball pythons, kind of. What got you tied up with this Chris Eaton character? How'd you end up on the 15 minutes of lame?
All right. So back before there was a bunch of YouTube stuff, I was already listening to audio podcasts in other genres, and then I was starting to buy into ball pythons, and I searched in ball python on the Apple Podcast app, and up popped Snakes and the Fat Man and Ball Shit. So I listened to like everything in both of those catalogs, and then Chris was still going. Sean was not. So I just kept on with Chris. And like even my friends and family at the time, like I would listen to it with them in the car, and they're like, man, we really think you and this guy would get along good. Yeah. Like we're both into rock, and you're like, we both talk similar and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, we probably would, but you know, he's a famous snake guy or whatever. I'll probably never meet him. And then lo and behold, I'm on the first year's 15 minutes of lame, and I won it. And me and Chris have been friends ever since. So that was really cool too. In fact, I just talked to him today. I mean, we talk all the time, and now I'm a part of the 15 minutes of lame. As hosting,
all that.
Yeah, I froze up here.
You're frozen. It always freezes in like the most inopportune, and nobody's ever smiling when it freezes. I'm so sorry, Shane. I wish I could unfreeze you.
No one's ever smiling.
No one's ever like.
We don't smile around
their
here
best.
At all.
But you guys hear my audio though, right?
Oh yeah, we hear you. Yes, loud and clear. But you are definitely frozen. Are we?
But you look great. You look great. Oh.
Well, all right. Well,
but we don't want you to be frozen forever because then we can't see anything besides. There you go.
All right, it's rebooting. So,
okay.
But back onto the Chris Eaton story.
There you are.
So, first year, 15 minutes of lame. It was announced. It was announced as a contest, and like I put all of everything I was doing, all my concentration and effort into that, and won. And the rest is kind of history. And then for every year since then, I've been some kind of part of the contest, and not so much in year 2, but then ever since the judges were introduced, I've been a part of it, and I imagine I'll continue to be a part of it. So I take it pretty serious. It's a legacy, you know, at this point. So, yeah.
Yes. And there's a belt. And I
told them we needed a belt year 1, and it took like 4 years to get the belt. So then they sent me the belt at first so I could prance around everywhere with it. And I took it to Canada, and I was rolling everywhere with it, you know.
That's what made it official. It was the belt, you know. That
absolutely
had to have a belt.
It was funny because when we were in Canada, me and Steven from Leviathan, so we had a Red Line road trip decals on his red Mustang, I'm wearing a Canadian, it's like the Canadian flag type bucket hat and this wrestling belt over my shoulder. And we have the convertible top down on the Mustang, and we're cruising through downtown Toronto. People are pulling up to us, honking, waving. They thought like we were famous and stuff.
I bet that felt good.
Yeah, it felt hilarious. You know, I was like, yeah, a bunch of dumb snake breeders, and everyone thinks we're famous. You know.
You're like, no pictures, please. Please.
Autographs are $20. $20.
Yeah, exactly. don't look up who I am later. Just I'll take your money.
Yeah, so that
that's
whole
an awesome
thing is
story.
that whole 15 minutes of lame thing is pretty much like a rookie of the year type contest, and I take it serious every year. So, you know, the whole month of December, I don't plan anything with any of my own social media or any of that. I just focus on judging. So it's kind of like a break off of myself and my own mission to just kind of commit to that, and I guess judge people. I don't like judging people, but I'm judging people. And yeah.
Don't worry. Us people voting and sharing the posts are also very committed.
Yeah, man, it's a big. I work harder in December than I do on my own stuff throughout the year because I tell everyone like tag me and I'll share it. So then I'm like, man, you get bombarded sometimes.
Yep.
I gotta wake
Damn
up.
it. Damn it.
Yeah, I gotta wake up a half hour early for work so I can go through everything and repost because I don't want to accidentally leave people out, which inevitably I sometimes do, but it's a total accident, you know. But
It's not intentional, no.
no, you know, sometimes. I don't know why I keep freezing, but sometimes like you don't get every single notification on Instagram. So, I mean, some of them, you know, get left behind on accident. So I apologize in advance for anyone competing this year.
It's okay.
What is your
oh, go ahead. Sorry,
go-
Lace. Nope, go ahead.
what what is your favorite and worst favorite thing about the competition?
My favorite thing is the camaraderie that comes out of it. So like each class, like those people, at least, you know, the ones that are actually competing, they end up usually being friends after that. And it's like a family, a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a whateverhood, you know, after that. Like I still talk to my class of people that were in it in 2020. So yeah, and that's my favorite thing. And then my least liked thing is the people that do an episode and then just totally not compete at the end. I think that's a cop out, you know.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Like, you know, at the end, Crystal saying, you know, like, you know, my last question, are you going to compete in it? And it's like, well, yeah, what do you mean? Like, yeah,
Because
why
some
would I
people
be
don't.
here?
Mm-hmm. Because some
Yeah,
people do an episode and disappear.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Mhm.
I think this might be a little harsh, but I think it's disrespectful to anyone else that would have filled that slot and actually competed that year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. It's hard enough accepting that you're on the thing, you know? You're
Right.
like, oh my God, I know like literally 18,000 people that could be doing this. I'm gonna give it my best, man.
Yeah, and like even if you don't win the actual contest, you still win because there's so much promotion and like cross promoting going on during December. I mean, it kind of overtakes Instagram and everything, you know?
Yeah, I've heard that completely hijacks the old algorithm.
Yeah. You'll see it everywhere and stuff. So
Yeah. Even like in the previous years, like just when it's going on, I mean, my entire feed is just all of it. I love it. It's literally like Christmas, man.
and another good thing I like about it is I like when people start collabing with each other and stuff. So like last year, the Herp and Harbins and Inked Lady Morse, they were doing these like whatever duos, and it was like these little comedy sketches and stuff. And I love those, you know.
Hilarious. They were some of my favorite videos in the competition last year. 100%.
Yeah. I love seeing all that stuff. So even though they're competing, you know, they're actually like doing stuff together and help promote each other. And yeah. So I'm willing to bet that like Inked Lady Morphs and the Herp and Harbins are still friends to this day. I mean, I've never asked either one of them, but I would assume so, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh God, what was one of my favorites last year was from Inked Lady Morphs, but when it was Row in the call center. Do y'all remember that one?
I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Taking all the calls, dude. Oh my God, I was dying laughing.
I loved when the Harbins, when Josh and Alicia were doing their weightlifting.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was one of my favorite ones. Oh, but how do you pick a favorite? It's so hard. So
Very.
hard. Sorry you keep freezing. Thank you for not giving up on us.
Well, as long as the audio is still rolling, I'll still
Yeah.
roll. So
I'm still
one of
here.
my favorite ones that stood out to me because I just went to Canada and stuff was Inked Lady Morphs. And like there was a part where they were doing Game of Thrones and they're like,
Yeah.
Winterfell. And she's like, it's pronounced Canada.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Oh, Cat and Row are
God.
so creative.
Yeah.
So good.
They've got great taste.
They do.
And usually like the upper tier of that competition, those people are most of them are still around and they're still excelling at breeding. And like it really is kind of like a who's who and the best of the best that make it through towards the end. And it usually shows afterwards for years, you know?
It's true.
It's true.
So yeah, I mean,
Sheds
you
a
had
little
me, you had me the first year, you had Antoine from High Desert the second year, Leviathan on year 3,
Mm-hmm.
Paul from Large Marge, and then Charlie from Reagan.
Charlie.
Renee. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Lucky number 7 this year, then, right?
no, I messed
No,
up.
wait.
I didn't use the thumb on this one.
Oh, lucky number 6. That was some creative counting with the. You messed me up right there. I was like, I don't remember 7 people, but I'll go with
1,
the 7.
2.
Yeah. Hey, the number was
You're
right. I was just, it's just not the normal way people count,
Lucky number 5.
Yeah. Lucky
Instead.
number 5. It's going to be a good year. I'm excited. So we get to do like a tour de France of all of our 15 minutes peeps.
We do. We're
Yeah,
pretty lucky.
As a judge, that's something I do is like right at the beginning of December, I go back and listen to the 15 minutes lame segment on every episode that year. And then I start grading right then. Like I grade their interview there. And then I start grading all their social media campaign after that. I take it serious, so.
Get ready, Lace.
I was like,
You're-
can you skip
you're on the-
mine?
You're on the
Yeah.
chopping block.
Were you and Nervous Nelly right before? I mean, I know that yours was, years ago, but you were kind of just starting out ish then, right? Were you just shitting bricks like the wrestling thing's on and you're sitting there just like
Yeah, it was kind of like there wasn't as many rules back then, and there was people like Hurricane Clowns were like the hot ticket that year. There was a guy offering a giveaway for votes with that. Like there was
Buy your votes.
It was just different, and but I took it as a challenge. But in my head, like I'd already told myself, like you are not losing this. So like I put so much pressure on me. I was like, damn, what happens if I do lose?
Oh,
And it was a lot of pressure. But towards the end, it was that year. It was you could only vote once per email address. So
for the whole time. Only one time for the whole time. Okay.
yeah, so it was so I was scouring like my hometown Facebook groups and getting the hometown vote, and like I was doing all of it. And yeah, like towards the end, like when there was like 2 days left, I had like a clear lead. And then I remember Chris asking our private group, like, do you guys just want to call it? And then everyone was like, yeah, at this point, like no one's going to catch Shane. And then, yeah. I mean, I was like, I still get a little misty eyed over it. I was like, yeah, I won.
by a landslide, motherfucker.
I made him tap. Like, oh, you all right?
What just happened?
I'm okay. I kicked a table and a
You-
light came crashing down. That's how passionate I was about that moment for you. Damn it.
Yeah, but in my head, I'm still playing WWF, and I was like, man, I just made the whole group tap even better.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I
Hell
won.
yeah.
So
I love that. What a victory lap.
yeah. And I've ran with it ever since, and I love it. Like I said, me and Chris
Mm.
are still friends to this day, and yeah, 15 minutes lame. So my advice to anyone listening to this is, if you have the opportunity, take it and at least compete. Even if you don't think you're going to win, compete, because you're going to gain a lot of social media traction doing it and make a lot of friends along the way. Have a great month of December.
Which is a great time to have a great month,
Yeah.
December.
It is. Yeah.
Lace, do you want to ask some lightning round questions?
I was waiting for you to hit the beep, 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 beep.
Oh, see, we didn't do this last week, so now I forgot I have buttons. Okay, pretend I didn't ask that.
Okay.
Do.
Welcome to the Legion of Doom.
There you go. Good job. You understood the assignment. Good job.
Very, very that. All right. Hello.
Hi.
We're here with Small Town Exotics. Shane, I've got a wonderful lightning round of questions for you. It's called lightning round because we try to be quick. It's okay if you're not, because we never really are either. Question number 1. What is your favorite recessive?
Genetic stripe.
Nikki, did you think that we were going that direction?
I had no idea.
It all
That
started the full
blindsided
circle
me.
moment again. the full circle moment of fourth wall inceptions we've gone through tonight. Wild.
2025 is Shane's year.
It is. It is. What are your favorite codoms?
Shrapnel.
Mm-hmm.
Cypress. Man. Probably shrapnel and cypress. How many do I get?
As
You
many
can
as-
have as many as you like.
And anything in the yellow belly complex to set it off.
Great. Love that. Well, I guess, does that answer what is a gene that you think should be in everything?
I think cypress should be everywhere myself.
Right?
I mean, it's such a great gene, and like it was so popular there for a minute, and then it, like everything else, like somebody sees something else shiny and the whole crowd shifts, and cypress is still just sitting there. I think cypress should be in everything. Final answer right there.
I love that. I think that Cypress Calico shit should be sprinkling all over the world, if you ask me.
Cypress, shrapnel, calico, clowns. Yeah. All of it.
Yeah, I do have a cypress shrapnel pairing this year. She might go, so we might see that. We
See?
might see that.
Could happen. 2025 is your year, Shane.
The clairvoyancy that we have on this show can be overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah, it's good.
What is a gene that you don't have that you want?
God, pretty much. Oh, you know what I never bought into and that I still want is a stranger.
Oh, I'm shocked you don't have stranger. I don't either. I don't think, but it's incredible.
So
Yeah,
strange.
I just didn't jump on the train. I was like, oh, I'll just wait till it's not popular and I'll just get a cool combo with it. And that was my take on it. So
I would want to see stranger with your old, what's it called? Scrap metal?
Yeah. Some scrap metal, some shrapnel,
some scrap metal and some
heavy metal.
stranger.
Yeah.
Hell, it's fucking
Yes.
Small Town Exotics, bitch.
Now, how cool would it be if the alien heads came out like that?
Dude,
Seriously.
I mean,
It could happen.
yeah.
It would be something.
That would be incredible. Shane, what's your favorite cookie?
Oh, chocolate chip, Chips Ahoy.
All right, we'll take it. Do you ultrasound or are you old school?
I do both, but I do ultrasound, yes.
Hell yeah, brother. What is a gene that you think is slept on that you think still has scrap metal? Just absolute untapped potential still left. I think we know the answer.
Shrapnel.
Yep.
Hands down, man.
Agreed. He proved it tonight, y'all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Quick, we can't sleep on it any longer.
Mm-mm.
What's the last snake that you purchased?
It was, well, so if we're talking ball pythons, my last two were, I got a hurricane, red stripe, yellow belly, triple het, G stripe clown, DG male from Will Morose.
Ooh.
Good.
Then
God.
I got a OD YB Cypress Scrambler Het Clown female from Mark Mandic.
Oh,
That is gonna haunt me in my dreams.
mm-hmm.
But I had to
That's
because I was in
amazing.
Canada, so I needed souvenirs. And if you're
You
gonna
had
buy,
to.
yeah, I had to. I mean, if you're gonna buy souvenirs when you're at some of the best breeders in the world's house, you buy a snake. That's
Mm.
fine.
You
Yeah.
gotta bring back a snow globe.
Yeah.
You've
And
got to.
you got Cypress and Scrambler in the same animal.
Wow.
Amazing.
And some of that good orange dream that Mark has refined, you know.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good God. What is a snake room pro tip?
Mini split. That's
Hell yeah.
or a sink. Like I can't live without either.
I mean, I feel like that's absolute goals to me. I've had a mini split before, but we're moving, but it was just so dialed in, dude. There's something about a mini split that just helps you automatically with humidity. It just helps you.
Yeah.
It's
And
incredible.
like I never have to worry about the temperature in the snake room ever.
Right.
Like that's something whatever. I walk in and glance at a little thermos or a thermometer that I have up there, and it's always right where I need it to be.
Yeah. You just got to clean your filters.
Yeah, that's it.
Just got to clean your damn filters. What is some advice that you'd give to a new breeder?
Pick the projects that you really like and that you're drawn to, and just don't buy a bunch of pretty snakes. I'm sure we've all done it. I've bought a bunch of just pretty snakes with no direction in the beginning, but like really do your research and decide what direction you want to go before investing serious money.
Love that. That's great advice. What do you think that if you were going to invest in a newish, big-ish gene right now, what do you think that would be?
Honestly, I'm not really impressed with any of the newer genes. I mean, I think Monarch is a direction that I'm going to be following from this. So it's not new, but it's still, still has a higher value compared to other genes. So yeah, Monarch.
Love that. Monarch is like a bottle of Yoo-hoo. We love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Nikki loves that joke.
I do love that joke. I think that's the end of the lightning round.
Oh,
I was ready, man. Like I'm ready to draw some more.
I'm sorry.
I finished all of my questions for once. I never do that.
That's the end.
We need to have more questions. Boo.
Survivor.
All right, let me ask you two
Mm.
that last question. Like, what's the gene that you would invest in right now?
I don't even know. I'm really excited. We already have Scrambler. I'm really excited to use Scrambler in our stuff, though. But I can't think of anything that I want to work with yet that we don't already have. You, Lace?
Definitely, I would love to just strut down that little Scrambler path, but I really, really like that Mogwai.
I haven't
Is
seen
that how you say it? Mogwai?
I think it is. I haven't seen it either. I've only heard it.
Whew,
Haven't seen
that
it.
and Blackhead. Ooh.
Yeah,
I wanted to go
Mogwai
straight
came
to-
out of some other project, right?
You tell me, buddy. I've seen a couple of examples from Portuguese pythons. I actually hit him up about one, and then I just did the typical thing where I drug my ass. But I think it's incredible, and I think it works amazing in dark combos. But of course, it goes so perfectly with Blackhead. I think a lot of people are working it with paint.
It came out of paint. There was a paint connection. I knew it was kind of tied into something else. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the examples that I've seen, it's always been with paint. Almost always.
Yeah, that was what I read about, and that like Limey Smidger has a whole pile of them because it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Limey's got a pile of everything.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to check that out. I mean, it's got a great name. I'm a Gremlins fan and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Such a great name.
does have a great name. You're the first person who's turned the tables on us. You have to look out for that lace.
I did that. Hey, I did that to Chris Eaton on my first interview too. So I mean, that's just my MO.
I love it.
I love that.
Nobody's done it to us yet. Caught us off guard.
I know. We're like,
Now I'm going to be
Huh?
thinking about it.
we breed snakes.
I think
like
I'm just,
ball pythons.
yeah. I just think I'm most excited to see what we can make with the stuff we already have. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same spot. Like when you ask that question, I'm like, I got mostly everything. It's time to like start doing work with what I have.
Yeah.
My thought behind that question is there's always something new that
Yeah.
we've scrolled across on social media. We change all of our breeding direction. What is that something new that actually makes you go, okay, now hang on a second. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Scrambler was that for me, but then I bought one.
Uh-huh.
And I was kind of, because, you know, it was a lot in pied, and I don't work pied. So I was kind of waiting for the clown intro into it. And then I got one. So I have it. It's in a female, so it'll be a minute. But yeah.
Be worth it.
I think it works wonders in hypo.
Yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Just get a little het hypo in there and keep on going. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Shane, thank you for hanging out with us. It's been a pleasure. I'm sorry you keep freezing, but your audio is great and your video is great even when you're frozen.
And you're great. And
you
you're
are
great.
fantastic.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's been a great episode, and I appreciate you having me on, and thank you. Oh, and I appreciate for all your flexibility with my crazy schedule too.
We appreciate you.
It's all good.
There's a lot of
Thanks, Shane.
appreciation here.
It's all love.
Yeah. Show me some.
Show me.
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 Hey, show me some.
Show me.
Show me some.
Show me.